and today we'll be interviewing talented silkscreen artist. And welcome back to
Do It Yourself Sis.
I'm Yama.
I'm Monet.
And today for our artist spotlight, we'll be interviewing Nicole Rodriguez, and she will be showing us some silk screening techniques.
Yes, Nicole's not just a silkscreen artist, she's an illustrator as well, and we're really excited to learn more about her artwork.
So without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into our artist spotlight.
Everybody, I'm Nicole Rodriguez. I'm a comic book artist, printmaker, teaching artist, ceramicist. I do a lot of things, but today I'm going to show you how to screen print.
So Nicole, can you tell us what your early years of art was like?
Yes, I can. I knew that I wanted to be an artist since I was in like second grade. I think I just was always drawing. It was just a way to escape, and I just really liked it. It just gave me, I think that was my first introduction to like the meditative zone. Like when I would draw, it would just take me to another place, and I really liked that. Mostly like middle school, high school, I got interested in music scenes. I got into like emo, punk music. I really liked like the shirt designs. That inspired me to like make art related to that. Shows that I grew up watching that inspires my art and my style is like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Invader Zim, All Real Monsters. I think that like cartoons in general and animations, that's what really got me to like be into art. In high school, there was a comic book shop in my town that I would always go to. So once I got into comics, it's like the rest is history. I already knew what I wanted to do, be a graphic novelist and write stories.
So Nicole, what was your formal art education like?
I went to school for printmaking at MICA, and the reason why I was so interested in printmaking is because it lets me create multiples of something, which makes art more accessible to people. It's like posters that you see wheat pasted on the streets. It's the pamphlets that you get at like rallies. Art can be a way to like communicate these important issues. The great thing about printmaking and accessible art is that it also leads to conversations around like changing the world. Because like political zines and propaganda art kind of came out of printmaking, making multiples and giving it to the masses and for the people. Sometimes a lot of my art can have themes of community and unity and awareness of issues.
Are there any illustrators that inspire you right now?
One of the artists that influenced me is Leonora Carrington and like Salvador Dali, like super surrealist artists. Frida Kahlo, Max Ernst. Goya makes great etchings. So those are a couple of inspiring artists. This is the screen printing process. First you have a screen, which is usually blank. The tool that's like a tray, you put emulsion in it, and it's light sensitive. So you have to do this in the dark or in a room with like a red light so it doesn't expose the emulsion. Pretty much it's like photography. Put the emulsion on and you let it dry in a dark room. And then once it's dry, you take it to a light table or an exposure unit table to expose the screen. And what you do is you take your image, which is usually on a transparency. Let's say this is the light table. The light's coming from underneath. You put your image on top, and then you put your screen with the emulsion on top of that, like weights on it. Or if it's a vacuum sealed exposure unit table, you turn on a button and it takes all the air out and it vacuum seals it because you need this to be airtight. So what happens is when you turn the light on to the exposure unit table, the light hardens the emulsion. So everywhere where the light touches, it hardens the emulsion. And because your black spots block the light, the areas that you're drawing are in will not get hardened by the emulsion. Once you're done exposing, it's usually like 15 seconds or up to 5 minutes, depending on the light, so that when you wash it out, everywhere where your drawing was, it washes out because the light hardens everything else on the outside. So that's how you create the stencil. So then once that dries and you washed it out, you take it to your printing press and There's different printing presses. This one's kind of a fancy one because you can put multiple screens on it if you're doing a multicolor print. You connect it on here with these screws, and you usually want to tape around your image so that ink won't pass through the spots where your emulsion is not. Take your ink with a spatula, put the ink here, and then with a squeegee you pass the ink through, and the ink will only go through the spots that your drawing is in. So I'm going to show you how to do that. When you screen print, you usually want to flood the screen, and what that means is it pretty much just puts the ink in the spot that you want to print on. And today I'm printing on sweatpants, and I'm going to find the front. This is the front. And I'm gonna try to print this image on the knee area. So with registering, how I make sure it's in the right spot is I put my finger where I want it to be. So this is kind of the knee area, and I put the screen down and I poke the screen to make sure it's in the spot that I want it to be. And it looks like that's the spot. What I'm gonna do now, place it down, and then pass ink through it, flood it again so it doesn't dry, and you have a print.
We just spoke to Nicole about this amazing silk screening process, and we appreciate you for walking through everything and for giving us some insight into your early years, and you definitely are an amazing artist.
Thanks so much for watching and learning a little bit about me and my process. You can follow me on Instagram at lost.mirage. I also have a website where I sell some of the stuff I make at www.nickyrodriguez.com.
So you guys, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and hopefully we'll see you again next time. Bye.